Welcome back. I promised you I would get you a much easier and better explanation of umask, so I will. Umask, as we try to do this big crazy math thing with sevens and sixes and different files for different directories and permissions and stuff like that, wrong, forget it all. What's still right though is the octal notation formats. So the 7, the 2s, that kind of stuff, that is right. That is what you want to see. In fact, let me work some magic here. Oh, up there somewhere. All right. Looking at that cheat sheet, which I can't see when I've got it up on there, looking at that cheat sheet, we can still see our different bits and our different bit settings. Umask is preventing those. So umask is don't use those. It's an inverted, it's a bitwise, it's a logical opposite truth. Whatever we want to do a bunch of binary functions. That's great. It's a no to those. So sticking with that idea that it's a no to those, now we can get a lot better. I'm going to make sure I don't have anything in this folder. We can get a lot better at building and predicting what we want for our umask. So if I wanted to do something like make all my new files be, let's say, read only, I can do that. One more caveat. Files are not created with the executable bit set by default. So that is one of our hangups from earlier. Files aren't created with the executable bit set by default. So if I were to do something like I want to make all my files read only on new ones, what I really want to do is I want to prevent write, and specifically I want to prevent write and execute, but the execute part won't show up and won't matter for a new file. It will for a directory, not for a new file. So let's make everything read only using what we know now. We want to prevent write and execute. So if we want to prevent write and execute using this above us, we want to prevent 2 and 1, which is 3. We want to prevent write and execute. So if I make that umask 3333, I'm preventing write and execute. I'm going to make a new file. Touch new file. I'm even going to touch a new directory so we can see it. So remember, I've prevented write and execute. All read only across the board. Let's see what it looks like. Read only across the board. Cool. What if I wanted to make it read only, but executable as well? So basically I want to prevent write at this point. I want to make it so that you can read and you can execute. So in other words, if you have a directory, you can look at it. So I want to prevent write. Again, looking up at the sheet above us, I want to prevent 2, right? So if I look at umask 2222, that's the one I want to take out. I want to eliminate write, so I only have read and execute. Okay, let's delete everything we've got in there now. And let's do it again. Let's make a new file and make a new directory. Remember the big difference. Files on modern operating systems don't have executable bit set by default. So let's take a look at this now. So I have prevented with 2222. Oh, silly mistake. Let me not make a new file called newdir. Let me make a directory called newdir. Now I get it. There we go. There's our read and execute. I was about to pull my hair out. I was like, I swear I know what I'm doing this time around. Okay, good. So there, we've prevented write, so we only have read and execute. The file would have execute too, but modern operating systems don't do execute on creation of a file. So let's remove everything we've got in here. Let's RMRF everything in this folder. Should be nothing in there, nothing in there. Let's try one more. Let's try something like write only. I want to do write only. So I want to eliminate read and execute. So again, if we're looking at my thing, do you still have the thing above you? If I want to eliminate read and execute up above me, I want to eliminate 4 and 1, or 5, as you can see up there. I want to eliminate 5. So let's make that umask 5555. Let's make a new file. Let's make a new directory. And let's look at it. So remember, I've eliminated read and execute, so I should have write across the board. Are we good there now? I've got right across the board. It even puts funny colors on my directory because I have a directory that I can write to but can't even list the contents of. So hopefully after all that, we've now got umask explained a little better. Using something like that, that's what you're preventing. So when you want something, it's the opposite of that. That is the no. So using saying the double negative, do not allow all of these things. Anyway, you want to prevent the ones above, and then you can go back and create the things that you need, or at least set your default permissions. Now in this particular one, I'm going to set my umask back to 22 or whatever it was, and I should be golden again. All right. Hopefully that's a much better explanation of umask. Adios.